How's it going, guys? It's KJ Ontario back with another Division video. Today I am going over my Deadeye build for 1.6.1. Now we've got some exciting news. 1.7 is dropping in the next couple of weeks. If you watch this video, I'm doing it at the beginning of August 2017. And so if you're watching this video in 2018 or 19, you're kind of going, what are you talking about? Don't worry about that. And in fact, there'll probably be a Division 2 if you're watching it that late. But until then, we are talking about Deadeye. Now, this build probably will only be valid for another couple weeks. 1.7 is introducing the 6 gear component score. So you're going to basically be able to have, instead of unlocking 4 set bonuses, you're going to actually have 6 gear bonuses. So to start off this video, I'm running a Spec Ops Reckless chest piece. Now you can substitute this chest piece for a Deadeye chest piece or even a Vigorous chest piece, but the way that I have this build set up, I'm not running in and doing a run and gun fire situation. I'm staying back and sniping, so I am speccing in for damage. Now, as you know, the Deadeye set bonuses are as follows: 40% initial bullet stability for your set bonus 2. You get an additional 20% marksman rifle critical hit damage for set bonus number 3. And then when you are zoomed in, your marksman rifle loses the headshot bonus but gains 100% critical strike chance. That simply means you can hit your shot anywhere on the body and it is going to crit the bullet as long as you hit it. Now, this is not a one-shot Deadeye build. It is a 2-shot Deadeye build, but when you're sniping and you are back, you're going to be able to hit 2 shots, even 3 if you need to, depending on how hard those shots hit. So the Vigorous chest pieces roll, the Reckless chest pieces roll 2 firearms, 1805 armor. Your armor is insignificant if you're doing this kind of build because you should be back and not be taking any shots. I'm running a Reckless chest piece with 5% enemy armor damage. That could be a little bit higher. 15,000 health and 46% ammo capacity. Ammo capacity is important in this video in this build because you shouldn't die. You shouldn't be run up on, and the chances that you do get run up on, you will be pulling out your MP7 and hopefully melting whoever runs up on you. So ammo capacity is important. I am running 263 firearms with some health on it, and I'm also running a Stamina performance mod with some skill power. These are interchangeable, but you do want to have your firearms at least over 8,000 for this build. Moving on to the mask, it's a Deadeye acquisition mask. Now the armor is basically capped. I believe it's 1001. It is rolled into firearms. Again, we're going for enemy armor damage. In the minor attribute, you can really run what you want, but if someone does throw a grenade or you do get put on fire, there is a little bit of a burn resistance with this mask. And to scroll down, I am running a firearms mask with health. Firearms performance mod with health. Moving on to the knee pads. These are the Deadeye positioning knee pads. Everything below this doesn't really matter, your minor attributes. These are not the major attribute I'd want. I'd probably spec into some skill power. I think I can spec into skill power or health. But you do want to have them roll to firearms. The performance firearms mod, it is a firearms mod, and I'm running a self-heal in this performance prototype mod slot. Moving on to the backpack, I have a Deadeye Go backpack. Just to complete the build, I don't have a good set of Deadeye gloves. I have been looking and probably broke them down a long time ago, but I don't have them right now. So I'm running a Deadeye Go bag, roll to firearms. It has health on it. That could technically be skill. The reason why you want skill is your pulse. Not that you're going to use it for crit because you have 100% crit, but for damage, will increase the damage a little bit. and I also have burn resistance. For me, a god roll set would be the firearms roll with skill and some ammo capacity, because again, you don't want to run out of bullets, and you only have a couple hundred bullets with this setup. I am running firearms with health, first aid self-heal, first aid self-heal, and the first aid self-heal is simply for if you get run up on, at least your heal is going to be a little bit better. The best gloves that I have for this build are striker gloves. Now, there's a couple things I would change. Number one, I would like it to be Deadeye so I could put on a specialized backpack. And number two, I would like to swap out skill haste for marksman rifle damage. That will increase the build's specs just that little bit more. But for now, this is what I'm running with. So it's 1260 to firearms, enemy armor damage, which is definitely crucial in this build. Critical hit damage, also crucial in this build, and skill haste does not hurt the build, it just doesn't help it like marksman rifle damage would. The Deadeye holster, it's a low armor roll, but again, I'm not running and gunning. It's roll to firearms, almost capped, 1267, and reload speed I actually think plays a bit of a part, because it's nice to get that clip out and get a new one in sooner than later. I am running a performance mod of self-heal, and that is just in case we get run up on. On to the weapons. I am running an M7 Harp 100 Carbon. The base damage is a little bit low. I think you could get just a little bit higher. Headshot damage doesn't matter. And the 3 skills are Deadly, Prepared, and Elevated. Elevated is nice. Typically I am elevated. I'm sitting up on a truck or in a building. But I wouldn't mind having Competent. Competent just gives me that extra 10% weapon damage, and that is awesome. Looking at the mods, I'm running an extended mag, 120% with critical hit damage and rate of fire. The rate of fire is nice. You can pump out those shots a lot quicker when you're shooting at a running target. I'm running a C79 scope. Again, rolled crit hit damage. The stability doesn't matter and the chance doesn't matter. I'm running a large vent brake muzzle. 19% crit hit damage. It's probably the top that you can get. The crit chance doesn't matter, and the rest, again, doesn't really matter. Now, looking at the large underbarrel, I'm running a small grip. It's got crit hit damage, some more reload speed, so I think I'm sitting at roughly 22-23% reload speed, and that is awesome. If you do get run up on, I've got my MP7. I'm running responsive, adept, and deadly. Now, adept doesn't matter for this. Quite frankly, if you're getting run up on, I would rather have brutal if I can hit some headshots. I'd rather have competent, to be honest with you. And I think this is actually the wrong MP7. I believe I do have another MP7 somewhere, but it's not on this character. So for now, we're rolling with this. The weapon attachment mods are as follows: 100% magazine size, crit hit damage, and rate of fire. You really don't need the rate of fire. I don't know why I've got it on this magazine. I don't know why this magazine's on the weapon. I probably should have changed it out. I've got a scope that's got crit hit damage. I've got a muzzle that's got damage, headshot damage, and crit hit chance. And I've also got an underbarrel that's got crit hit damage. Looking at my skills, I am running a pulse simply so that I can see when a target is coming in my direction. It is on the low end, and it does take a little while to get it back at 36 seconds, but that's okay. I'm also running a booster shot. It's going to give me a little bit more crit hit damage and just buff me in case somebody's coming in. It'll give me a little bit more. The other thing you can run is if you don't have anything to take cover on, you can run an extension shield. It will not go down unless it takes crazy damage, and also gives just a little bit of a break in terms of you getting shot at. My talents are as follows. I should be running crit save. We're going to change that to that and get rid of combat medic. I am running strike back just to reduce in case my skills get low. There are a multitude of things you can run here. You can run one is none. I am running Steady Hands. It does pulse a hostile if I do crit them in the head. That's a good thing because I can at least see where they are, and the crit hit damage is there. On the Move is not for this build. I am not sure why I have it. If anything, I would probably run Tactical Advance. Tactical Advance is good because you can go cover to cover and get weapon damage of 2% per meter covered, and that lasts for 5 seconds. So as soon as you go from cover to cover, your weapon damage is increased at a multiple of 2%, and you have to use that for 5 seconds. Anything else I would use here? There isn't too much more. So that is the talents. Overall, this weapon is awesome. This build is great. I don't think there are too many one-shots when it comes to the Deadeye, unless you are doing Tactical Advance and you get the damage increase from your weapon up to a significant amount. Would love to show you some gameplay, and we'll integrate that shortly. Stick around, it's gonna be awesome.